Okay, guys, we are most of the class is here, so I think we're ready to start with today's class. For today, we're moving to unit number 2, guys. But before we move to unit number 2, can you please remind me, what did we talk about last class? Can you remember what did we talk about last class?
Expressing opinions.
Phrases to express your opinions. What were those phrases? Can you remember some of those phrases?
In my opinion.
So we had, in my opinion, what else did we have? I think, perfect.
I really feel that.
I really feel that, excellent.
In my experience.
In my experience.
Speaking for myself.
Exactly, speaking for myself.
In my view.
Or in my point of view, very good.
Personally, I believe.
Personally, can you remember any other phrase?
In my experience.
Yes, we have in my experience.
In my view.
Thank you, I got it. In my view.
From my point of view.
Excellent, from my point of view.
Can see.
Yes.
I feel.
Also, I feel, thank you. Yes, these are some of the expressions we can use in order to express our opinions. Sometimes we agree with others' opinions and some others not so much. Don't forget about that. Now I think if you, I don't know if you can remember some other ways in order to introduce purpose when you are writing. Cuando escribíamos, recuerden que teníamos 4 ways or 4 phrases or words to introduce purpose to our writing. What were those phrases? Can you remember?
In order to.
In order to.
In order to. What else?
So that.
So that.
So. To.
To plus infinitive. Perfect. Those were the ways we can use, or the words we can use in order to talk about the purpose of something we are doing or something we know how to do. Exactly, guys. Thank you for remembering every single thing we saw last class. That's very important so we can refresh a little bit our memory. Now we're going to move. We're going to go through the next unit. In this case, we have unit number 2. Here we have 2 pictures, guys. I want you to see these pictures, and I'm going to ask some of you to help me describing these pictures. Okay, so let me just mark the first picture. So first guys, think about this picture, the one in the red chart. So what can you see in this picture? What is it about? What catches your attention? So watch carefully this picture. Miguelito, can you help me describe in this picture? What can you see in this image?
You can see the picture. The people use a computer.
Is with a computer, okay. These people are using computers, right? We can see four people there who are with their computers, and they seems to be writing or doing something with the computers. Excellent. Melanie, what do you see, or what can you tell me about the first picture right there?
The footballito game,
Mm-hmm.
and the person in the computers, and the person, no, and the conversation.
Okay, they are having a conversation, right? Yes, we have some people who are having a conversation in the back, yes. And some others are still using the computer, and we have this soccer play table in front of us. Yes, thank you. Jimmy, can you tell me something else about this picture?
Eh, no, I see in the first image a very nice and entertainment place,
Mm-hmm.
and the people with computers and people talking. ¿Cómo se dice sillones?
En ese caso,
Armchair.
podría ser armchairs, chairs, or we can also say puffs, because here we have this like very
Okay.
soft things to sit on. Mm-hmm.
Okay, teacher.
Thank you, Jimmy. So yes, more or less you have described this picture in a very, very fast way. But now, what do we have, or what can we see in the second picture now? Can you help me with that, Steve? What can you see in the second picture?
Hello, teacher. In my opinion, it's a first picture since it is more comfortable, very quiet place.
Mm-hmm. So it seems that the first picture is a more comfortable place. For Steve. Okay, thank you. But what can you see in the second picture, Christian? Can you tell me, please?
In my opinion, the second picture is a place dark, oscuro, and difference with the first picture is illuminate.
It's a darker place, right? Está un poco más oscuro. It's a darker place. And on the other side, we can see in the first picture, it's a lot more bright or brighter. So that's a good point of view, yes. The second picture is quite dark, right? What else can you see, Anita, in the second picture?
The picture shows some people. They are co-workers. The people working on their computers. Maybe this place is a private or public company, and they work 24 hours.
Excellent. Thank you, Anita. This is what Anita did. It could be a good example of the describing part in your proficiency test. So you need to describe more, not just the simplest things you can see. You need to go farther. And thank you, Anita. You did an awesome job. Yes, they seem to be co-workers, so probably they work in the same company. It can be a private or a public company. We're not so sure, but we can see that these people are working on their computers. That's right. Thank you. So, tell me, Josie Perez, would you like to work in the same place of these people in the second picture? Work here?
The first.
You would
Sí.
like to work in the first picture?
Yes. In the se sentiría más cómodo.
You would feel a little bit more comfortable than being on an office in a little space, surrounded by your co-workers and stuff. So Josie would prefer to work in picture number one. And what about you, Erika Bonilla? Where would you like to work, in picture number one or picture number two?
I would like to work in picture number number one.
Okay, picture number one. Thank you. Jennifer, what about you? Where would you like to work?
In the first place,
Why? Why in the
I think more comfortable.
Okay, you think it's a little bit more comfortable, right? So, can you tell me, well, more or less, we're going to see later on what are these pictures of. And Sammy, can you tell me, what do these two pictures have in common? What do these two pictures have in common? ¿Qué tienen en común estas dos fotos? Nikki, can you tell me what do these two pictures have in common?
¿Cómo se dice? Como
they bad.
¿Cómo se dice qué? Perdón, te escucho entrecortado.
Ambos.
Both?
The both use computer or technology.
Exactly. In both cases, we have technology or we can see people using computers, right? But why are they using these computers? Are they watching videos? Are they working? What are they doing?
In the first picture, I think that work in homeworks. The second is a company.
Okay. Well, yes, in both cases, we can see computers and people working. That's the thing. Here we have two different workplaces, two completely different workplaces. We have the normal workplace, that would be the second picture. Yes, they use the same equipment, Samantha. Thank you. They are working in both cases. In the second picture, we can see a normal or a very common workplace where you go, you have your desk and you have your computer and you just have to do what you have to do, like a normal office. And in the first picture, we have the new offices that some big companies are implementing in their headquarters. So they see that people are more comfortable in places like this. Probably people feel a little bit better, so they work better. This place is, for example, one of the offices or one of the rooms in a big office that won a prize for one of the best places to work in. Yes, we have some prizes and they won this prize. Sí, es una de las compañías que ganó como mejor lugar para trabajar. Porque algunas compañías ya han cambiado su ambiente de trabajo, al menos su infraestructura. So people don't feel so frustrated or maybe don't feel so stressed working, and they feel a little bit more comfortable and they can do stuff better. So that's the main difference between both. Now that you saw the two phases of working, yes, we can see that here we have two phases of working. Can you think about this question, guys? What would your ideal workplace be like? ¿Sí? ¿Cómo sería su lugar de trabajo ideal? What would it be? What would it have? ¿Qué tendría? ¿Cómo sería? Think about that. Think about that because later Luisito is going to help me with the answer. What would your ideal workplace be like?
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
It's a good question. I know. In my opinion, the first picture is very good, but me in my place or work because the room has more color, is beautiful. I think piensas que in the first picture is mejor.
Okay, the first picture is better, so probably your workplace would be like this, right?
Yes.
Priscilla, can you help me with your answer? What would your ideal workplace be like?
Workplace be like me or that is big.
No, for you. How would it be?
For me, my ideal workplace be like in the hospital, environment friendly and comfortable.
Okay, yes, because according to your profession or your career, your workplace is going to change. So, as Priscilla said, for me, my ideal workplace would be a hospital with all the things that it have, because you cannot find places as comfortable as in the first picture if you work in a hospital, right? Because there you have a lot of other implements. You don't have a lot of desks or chairs or offices, but you have some other places to work in a hospital. It's a total different infrastructure for a hospital, yes. Stefano, what would your ideal workplace be like?
Uh, a quiet place with a good chair.
Okay, a quiet place with a good chair. That's all you ask. Okay. And finally, George, my dear George, how would your ideal workplace be like?
My ideal place, I like something like the both pictures, because the first picture seems to be a place to be relaxing, and the second picture is to work more concentrated.
Okay. Yes, in the second picture, we can see that people are very focused in what they have to do. So they are not aware of what's going on outside of those small walls. Yes, that's right. Thank you, George. So you have told me very interesting things about these two pictures. But what I want you to know is that in this unit, we will be working or talking a lot about these work issues. So we will have to think about, knowing that we will have to think about the next questions. Here we have two small questions. Have you ever had a job interview? Was it a good experience? Why or why not? Okay, so think about all the times when you try to look for a job and you have to go to an interview, okay? If you have, if you haven't, well, you are going to share with us that experience. So think about the time when you went to a job interview and tell us if you have ever had a job interview and how was it? Was it good? Was it bad? Why? What happened? Okay. Think about the answer. You're going to have 2 minutes to think about this answer alone. Okay. And then I'm going to ask you for the answer. Think about this question. Okay. You had the work. You took the work. So yes, Bibi have had a job interview. That's good. We know about someone who has been in a job interview. Saulo, what about you? Have you ever had a job interview?
Morning, teacher. And no, not
Once I only present my resume, but they didn't call me.
Okay, they didn't.
I I didn't like that experience. I I felt this I felt disappointed.
Yes, you felt disappointed. That's something we can understand. Yes. That's the most difficult way of finding a job. That you let a lot of CVs in different places and they tell you, don't worry, we will call you, but sometimes that call never comes. Yes, thank you. Let's move to the next. Who will be my next victim? Let me see. Gabby, what about you? Have you ever had a job interview?
Yes, teacher, I have a job interview.
How did it go? Was it a good experience or not?
It was good and uncomfortable because I was nervous.
Okay, yes. You were uncomfortable because you were a little bit nervous. That's right. That happens. That happens all the time when you have job interviews. Sometimes you feel a little bit nervous. Thank you. And the last victim, Fausto, can you help me answering this one? Please, have you ever had a job interview?
Good morning, teacher. Good morning, classmates. I had a job interview in 3 times, and this experience it was very good. Due to I got the job, and the boss was very nice.
Okay, that's some good news, right? Good news for Fausto because he had a good interview, a good job interview, and he got the job and he got also a nice boss. Thank you for sharing your experiences, guys. Thank you. So now we're going to make a fast few exercises about vocabulary. Here we have 6 pictures. Watch carefully the pictures and help me matching the pictures with these sentences we have right here, okay? So let's see the first sentence. Let me make the square, okay. So the first one we have hundreds of people applied for the job, but only 6 candidates were invited for an interview. Which picture corresponds to this sentence? What do you think?
F.
Thank you, Brian. It's definitely letter F, right? We can see some candidates right there waiting for their interview. Yes, we have letter F. So hundreds of people applied for the job. Cientos de personas aplicaron aplicaron a ese trabajo, pero solo 6 candidatos fueron invitados a las entrevistas. Thank you. Let's move to number 2. It's hard to balance family life and a career.
Picture B.
Letter B.
Thank you, ladies. Letter B. Exactly. Es difícil mantener balanceado, tener un balance entre la familia y la carrera, ¿no? Career. Excellent. Let's move to number 3. I'm proud of my practical skills and medical knowledge.
Letter E.
Yes. Letter E. Letter E. Estoy orgulloso de mi destreza práctica. That would be the meaning of this word, knowledge, conocimiento. What about number 4? There are 200 employees in this organization, but I'm only in charge of a small group.
Letter A.
Picture.
Letter A.
Letter A, okay, thank you. Thank you, ladies. Letter A. Hay 200 empleados, employees, in this organization, en esta organización, pero yo estoy a cargo de un pequeño grupo. I'm in charge of. Let's move to number 5. I've got good grades, but I haven't got much experience to put on my CV. What do you think? Okay, yes, letter D. Thank you. Thank you, Sammy. Letter D, yes. So, tengo buenas calificaciones, good grades, but I haven't got much experience to put on my CV. No tengo tanta experiencia que añadir o que escribir o que poner en mi currículum o en mi hoja de vida. And finally, well, we have the last picture, which is letter
C.
Letter C. Yes, thank you, Cynthia. C of Cynthia, yes. We have letter C. I've got a lot of business contacts who work for employers in different countries. Tengo muchos contactos de negocios, business contacts, que trabajan para empleadores, employers, in different countries, en diferentes países. Thank you, guys. Now, you more or less, you know the meaning of these words because I've been telling you. But in the next page, you're going to, for real, help me matching these words with their meanings, okay? So let me change the page. And here it is, here it is. So we have 10 words, guys, 10 words, and we're going to match the meanings. Vamos a ir uniendo con los significados. For example, here we have the jobs you do during your working life. What do you think they are? ¿A qué nos referimos? ¿Cuál de estas palabras en negrita sería la que corresponde a este significado? The job you do during
Career.
your working life. Exactly, your career. Number 2, people who know, people you know who may be able to help your career. What do you think they are? People you know, personas que conoces, who may be able, que tal vez serían capaces, to help your career, de ayudarte en tu carrera.
Business contacts.
Exactly, perfect, both of you. Business contacts. Perfect. Let's move to number 3. Contacted a company asking for a job.
Applied for.
Applied for, exactly, applied for. Aplicar para, no un trabajo. Es decir, Para aplicar generalmente nosotros tenemos que contactarnos con la empresa, ver o acercarnos a dejar nuestro currículum, etc. So, applied for would be the best match. Thank you. Number 4, people who work for a company.
Employees.
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 Exactly, employees. Employees, thank you. Number 5, the result of your exams at their school or university. Yes, thank you, Sammy. Who else? Number 5. The results of your exams. Los resultados o las calificaciones de sus exámenes. ¿Qué palabra podemos utilizar? Can you repeat, please?
Grades.
Grades, guys. Grades. Estamos hablando de los resultados de sus exámenes o de sus pruebas o de sus lecciones. So, most of the time you get a grade, ¿sí? La mayor parte del tiempo ustedes obtienen notas o calificaciones. Tenemos otra palabra que nos puede servir como sinónimo de grades. No está ahí, pero sí hay otra forma también de decir calificaciones. Can you remember?
Marks.
Marks, excellent, marks. Yes, so in both cases, we're referring or we're talking about the qualification, the number, okay? So, grades or marks, ¿sí? Cualquiera de las dos palabras para referirnos a las calificaciones. Let's move to number 6, the things you know from experience or study. ¿Qué es lo que ustedes obtienen con experiencia o estudio?
Knowledge.
Well done, Steffi. Yes, it's knowledge. We most of the time acquire this knowledge from experience or study. Yes, knowledge. Let's move to number 7. People who are trying to get a job.
Candidate.
Yes, candidates. The ones who are trying. Los que esperan obtener un trabajo. Let's see number 8. Thank you also, Sammy. Number 8. Who are responsible for something or someone.
In charge of.
Estar a cargo de, ¿no es cierto? Sería be responsible for something or someone. So, thank you. Number 9, the people that you work for. The people you work for. Yes, you got the answer. Jimmy also. Thank you. So the right answer in this one would be employers. Las personas para las que nosotros trabajamos. Generalmente son los employers. Yes. Let me just write it down. Los empleadores. Okay. Finally, a document which describes your education and jobs that you have done.
CV.
CV. ¿A qué se refiere estas dos consonantes? CV.
This curriculum de vida.
Yes, that would be the what are these two words, what do these two words stand for? Yes, significan curriculum vitae, que es una forma en latín, ¿no? Para referirse al compendio de lo que uno ha hecho en su vida. A curriculum vitae. O lo que en español conocemos como la hoja de vida. Yes. Pay attention, guys, to these words because it's important for you to remember the pronunciation. Okay, don't forget the pronunciation of these words. Applied for, we have candidates. Career, don't forget when you have double vowels, especially these two y vowels. El sonido que vamos a tener ahí va a ser como el de una I, ¿no? Una I alargada, como si ustedes estuvieran pronunciando casi un segundito más la I, ¿no? In this case we have career, career. Pero se suena o tenemos ese sonido de la I, no de career, sino career. Don't forget about that. We have the word knowledge. En este caso, en el knowledge, yo les podría dar como una pista de pronunciación, que aquí lo que con lo que nosotros nos encontramos es con una K muda, ¿sí? Es una K que no debe ser pronunciada. Es decir, que ustedes van a pronunciar directamente desde la N, knowledge, ¿sí? Ese es otro truquito por ahí que podríamos tener. The same as the previous word. Exactamente la misma recomendación que en career para employees. Y adicional a esa recomendación, en este caso como teníamos doble E, el sonido va a ser de una I alargada, ¿sí? Y el acento va a estar en la parte final. No decimos employees, sino employees. El acento o el sonido o la fuerza la damos en la parte final, employees. Then we have in charge of. En esta no tenemos ninguna novedad en cuanto a pronunciación. Then we have grades. En esta, sí, tal vez puede sonarles un poco raro, pero con los chicos que he tenido tutorías los días miércoles, hicimos básicamente el ejercicio de ir escribiendo sobre ciertas palabras cómo sonarían, ¿no? Aquí ustedes tienen un sonido de EI, ¿sí? Entonces nos queda como grades, en lugar de la A. Así va a sonar en este caso, ¿sí? Sería grades, grades, con una EI. Then we have our CV. No hay ningún problema. Es como de deletrear, básicamente, CV. This word, the next word is going to cost you a little bit. En algunos casos les cuesta un poquito la siguiente palabra y es business. Business, because of the S's, I think. Tenemos algunas S's, ¿sí? Y sí se escucha bastante ese sonido, ¿no? De S. Business, business. Es como estar haciendo como abejitas. No, business. So let me write you over here. How would it be? According to me. So, les escribo ahí sobre la palabra más o menos cómo sonaría. Business, business contacts. And finally, we have employers. Employers. Don't forget about these words, guys. Practice the pronunciation of these words at home. ¿Sí? Practiquen la pronunciación de estas palabras en casa. Tomen un apunte por ahí de cómo pronunciarlas, que luego ya las vamos a utilizar también en la práctica. Okay, so let's move to the next part. We're going to have a small reading in this part. So I'm going to share with you a link of a Google form where you are going to read in a very, very fast way. You're going to read very, very, very fast. And later you're going to help me completing or answering the questions. But you don't need to send the form, okay? You don't need to send the form. Let me share with you the screen so you know what I'm talking about. Okay. I hope everybody can see the screen. Espero que ya puedan ver la pantalla. Here you have a small exercise about the reading. You're going to read this text in a very, very, very fast way, okay? Van a leer de forma súper rápida este texto. And then you're going to answer these two questions. We have just two questions. Have you ever been jealous, nervous in a job interview, or have you made a mistake in a job interview? Like the ones in the reading. So read very, very fast and then you answer the questions. Don't send the form, guys. No se olviden que no necesitan enviar el formulario. Solo tener ahí en mente sus respuestas para cuando yo les pregunte. You're going to do this alone because it's a very fast exercise. You're going to do this alone. And for this activity, you're going to have 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, okay? Can you tell me, please, Melanie, what are we going to do now? ¿Qué vamos a hacer ahorita?
Ya, perdón, se me colgó la computadora. Vamos a leer esto rápidamente. Y dijo que después de leer y ya. Eso.
Y después de leer, what do we have here, Melanie?
Le íbamos a responder esto, pero no era obligatorio enviar el formulario. ¿O sí era obligatorio?
No. No, you don't need to send the form. No es necesario enviar el formulario. That's it. Thank you. How much time do you have for this activity, please? Cynthia. Can you remember how much time do we have?
2 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes, exactly. De 2 a 3 minutos. Perfect. And Michael, are you working alone or in groups?
Alone, teacher.
Alone this time, yes, thank you. So your first 2 minutes start now, guys. Okay, after this reading, this article, and now that you know the meaning of some words, you're going to help me in groups completing a few questions. You have 4 questions, I think, no more than that. Here it is. If you need to reread the article, do it, but I don't think it won't be necessary because we have already read aloud the article. And please don't forget to complete or to choose the right option according to the reading. You have 4 questions. You're going to work in groups, and for this activity you will have 3 to 4 minutes. It's very easy. It's very simple, this activity, okay? Now, Juliet, can you tell me what do you have to do now? What do you have to do, Juliet?
Tenemos que responder, leer y responder.
Yes. Are you working in groups, Juliet, or alone?
In group.
Groups, thank you. What about the time, Christian? How much time do you have for this activity?
3 or 4 minutes.
Exactly, thank you. So guys, you can start joining to your groups. You have the link on the chat. So if you need to open it. And now you can enter to your smaller groups. Enter to your groups so you can discuss and find the right answers. Thank you. Start entering to your groups, guys. Excellent. Enter to your groups. Yes, enter to your groups, guys. Bibi, Steve, Melanie, don't forget to enter to your groups. Thank you.
Cuatro minutos.
Ya tenemos 2:48. Mejor vamos haciendo directo.
Ok.
A ver.
How are you doing, guys?
Sería ahí. Hello, teacher. ¿Dónde está? La de, ¿dónde estamos? Grown words. Porque la otra dice, I'm looking.
Entonces le dejamos esa en la última.
Sí, la primera opción, que es the interview probably felt worse than me.
Yes. Thank you, guys. What happened with you guys? Did you end?
Estábamos haciendo para luego comparar las respuestas.
Okay.
En la tercera,
Dice,
lo que mintió de que hablaba francés.
francés, entonces,
Creo que sería la tercera. Ajá.
¿Qué significa? ¿Qué? ¿Alguien sabe?
Mejor decir la verdad.
Ah, ya. Gracias. Y la otra, la cuarta.
Esa era
Sería,
de que se recostó, algo así.
sí,
Y
sería
yo creo
la
Welcome back, everyone. You're starting to getting back. So some of the groups ended in the time and some others were having a little bit of problems with this exercise. But anyway, can you tell me, guys, what's the answer? If you notice, I had twice the same question. So let's answer just the second one. Can you tell me what is the right title for the first job interview?
Groundwork.
Wrong word. Mm-hmm. Yes. What about the second job interview?
Unlucky call.
An unlucky call. Let's see, letter B. Yes, an unlucky call. What about the third interview?
Better to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, better to tell the truth. And finally, for the last interview, what would the title be?
The interview probably felt worse than me.
Mm-hmm. The interviewer probably felt worse than me, right? Tal vez el entrevistador se sintió peor que yo. Yes, thank you. Thank you, guys. So you did an excellent job in this exercise. But now I think it's the turn for you to complete another Google form. Vamos con el siguiente formulario. Here you will see two sentences, just two sentences from this article. I got here two sentences. What are you going to do, guys? In groups, try to complete this form. Try to complete. Work together so you can find the right options together, okay? So work in groups in order to find the answers for these questions. Traten de trabajar en conjunto, en grupo, para poder resolver estas preguntas. ¿Sí? Es mejor si es que se apoyan entre ustedes a que cada cual haga por su lado, ¿sí? So you're going to work in groups again. We will change the groups. But for this activity, you will have a little bit more time to do it, okay? Van a tener más tiempo para completar esta actividad because you need to analyze the sentences. Necesitamos analizar las oraciones y van a tener un poquito más de tiempo. So you're going to work in groups in this case, and you will open the link in the next. You have the link on your chat box in Zoom, so you can open and start developing this exercise. For this exercise, guys, you will have 10 minutes. 10 big minutes to complete this exercise, okay? Can you please tell us what do we have to do now, Vivi?
tenemos que completar, analizar y completar y responder ese cuestionario.
Exacto, no es necesario enviar el cuestionario, pero sí que tengan ustedes las respuestas. Steve, are you working in groups or individual?
Group.
In groups, exactly. Stefano, how much time do you have for this activity?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, perfect. So your 10 minutes, guys, start now. Enter to your groups. Don't forget that you can share your screen. No se olviden que pueden compartir la pantalla en sus grupos. Enter to your groups.
Segunda, which sentences in past simple tenses. ¿Cuál de las oraciones está en pasado simple? La segunda sería entonces. Ya. La tercera dice choose the correct option, the complete verb. We use the or past simple or present perfect to talk about recent past events that have an effect on the present.
How are you doing, guys?
Yo voy a compartir pantalla, teacher. ¿Sí miran?
Sí, sí se ve. Gracias.
Sí, ahí se ve.
A mí sería present
Pas, la 4 no sería pasado pasado.
No sé, no estoy segura si las experiencias son.
Creo que es pasado.
Present perfect. Y el 4 dice, usamos él para hablar acerca de nuestras experiencias. Ese sí es pasado simple. La 5 dice, usamos cuando vamos a dar.
Everybody's coming back, so let me share with you the form so we together can share the answers. Can you help me please with the answer of the first one, Gabby? Which sentence is in present perfect?
Number 1.
Number
I never forgotten to switch my phone off in the cinema.
Excellent. Thank you, Gabby. Can you help me please with the answer of number 2, Miguelito? Which sentence is in past simple?
La two teacher.
I had a job interview with 2 people last week. Thank you. Let's move to the third part. Choose the correct option to complete the rule. Fausto, can you help me with the answer of number 3?
Present perfect, teacher.
Okay, we use the present perfect to talk about a recent past event that have an effect on the present. Exactly, the present perfect. What about number 4? Can you help me with this one? Kathy? Number 4.
Letter 1, past simple.
Past simple, exactly. No. We use the past simple or present perfect to talk about our experience. I heard that Kathy says past simple. What about George? Do you agree or disagree?
Agree, teacher.
Okay, past simple. Lisette, what do you have in number 4?
Present perfect for me.
Present perfect, okay. Number 4.
Bueno, no sé, creo que pusimos past simple, teacher.
Ok. Aquí no están seguros, ¿no? Algunos tienen past simple y otros present perfect. Let me share with you that the right answer would be present perfect, guys. Para las personas que en sus respuestas tuvieron present perfect, esa es la correcta. Y para los que escribieron past simple, ya vamos a ver la razón por la cual es la forma correcta. El present perfect when you're talking about experiences, okay? And finally, choose the correct option to complete the rule. Can you help me with this one, please, Christian?
Past simple, teacher.
Okay, we use the past simple. When we give details or we talk about the specific past events. So the right one here would be past simple. So as you can see in this first lesson of unit number 2, we are remembering the use of these two tenses. When do we use past simple and when do we use this present perfect tense? So let me share with you a small presentation I prepared for you for this topic. I hope everybody can see on the screen the presentation. Here you have the difference between these two tenses, past simple and present perfect. How do you know, or how can you recognize that you have a past simple sentence? ¿Cómo reconocerían ustedes una oración en pasado simple?
Una fecha en específico, pero que, o sea, ya haya pasado y ya terminó.
Porque podemos encontrar dentro de la oración una fecha que ya haya pasado, ¿no? Un año anterior o tal vez un mes pasado. ¿Cuál es el auxiliar que ocupamos o cómo nos damos cuenta del pasado simple?
Por el verbo.
¿Y cómo suele estar el verbo?
Terminado en ed.
Exacto. Cuando son regular verbs, ¿sí? Regular verbs with the ending in ed or yes. And if you have irregular verbs, you need to write the past simple form. Okay, so that's an indicator that tells us that a sentence is in past simple. Si nos damos cuenta generalmente, si vemos en pasado un verbo o si tal vez la terminación del verbo es en ed, ya sabemos que es un verbo regular que está en pasado. But what happened with the auxiliar? What is the auxiliar we use in past simple?
Did and didn't.
Did or did not. Right, exactly. Did or did not. Exactly. That would be the auxiliar that tell us that we're you see now that we are having a past simple sentence. Muy bien. What happened with the present perfect? How do you know it's a present perfect?
Con el uso del have.
Exacto. El presente perfecto va a valerse, si recordamos, de un par de auxiliares. Have or has. And the verb, how is it going to be?
Past participle. Past participle.
In past participle. Yes, that's the right form. Esa es la forma en la que nosotros nos damos cuenta de que es un tiempo perfecto. ¿Por qué? Porque vamos a tener have o has, que es el auxiliar, y también tenemos un verbo en pasado participio. Así fue más sencillo para ustedes incluso reconocer en las oraciones del formulario cuál era cada uno de los tiempos, ¿no? Ahora, ¿cuándo ocupamos cada uno de estos tiempos? Esto es muy importante saber la diferencia. Past simple, past simple, siempre, 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 siempre lo vamos a ocupar para utilizar o para referirnos a un tiempo, como nos decía Nikki, que ya pasó, que ya terminó. Sí, por ejemplo, we lived in Japan from 1995 to 1998. Sí, es un periodo de tiempo que pues ya terminó. Empezó en el pasado y terminó en el pasado. Esa es la clave del past simple. Estamos refiriéndonos a algo que inició en el pasado y terminó en el pasado. ¿Sí? So we're referring to a finished time. What happens with the present perfect? ¿Qué sucede con este presente perfecto? A diferencia del pasado simple, este present perfect se refiere a un unfinished time. ¿Por qué a un unfinished time? Porque es un tiempo indefinido. Porque inició en algún punto del pasado, pero puede continuar sucediendo en el presente o en el futuro. Si no ha terminado todavía. Por eso nos referimos a un unfinished time. I've worked as a teacher since 2011. ¿Sí? Trabajo con o he trabajado como profesora desde el 2011. ¿Sí? Empezó en el 2011 y continúa hasta la presente fecha y puede seguir prolongándose en el futuro. ¿Sí? A eso se refiere este present perfect, una acción que empezó en el pasado y que puede su resultado seguir en el presente o también en el futuro. Then we have the next difference between these two tenses. Past simple, we're going to use it just in a specific time in the past. ¿Sí? Como hablábamos, el pasado simple hablamos de un momento definido del pasado, ¿sí? Algo exacto. En este ejemplo tenemos I saw the Eiffel Tower in 2007. Vi la Torre Eiffel en el 2007. Estamos siendo muy específicos sobre el tiempo. ¿Sí? Estamos definiendo el tiempo en el que sucedió esta acción. Lo que no sucede en el present perfect. En el present perfect nosotros hablamos de indefinite time. ¿A qué me refiero con indefinite time? Que no siempre mencionamos cuándo empezó la acción y cuándo va a terminar. ¿Sí? Solo sabemos qué pasó. Por ejemplo, I have seen the Eiffel Tower. ¿Sí? He visto la Torre Eiffel. No sé en qué momento exacto del pasado sucedió, pero pasó, ¿sí? I have seen the Eiffel Tower. No estamos siendo muy concretos con el tiempo. Esa es una de las particularidades del present perfect. Then we have series of finished actions. Cuando ustedes se refieren a acciones repetidas, una serie de acciones repetidas, ¿Qué ocurrió o que acabaron en el pasado? Vamos a ocupar past simple. For example, yesterday I took a shower, I had a breakfast, I read a book, I went to my grandfather's house. ¿Sí? Estamos repitiendo o estamos numerando ciertas acciones que tuvieron o que pasaron en el pasado. Iniciaron en el pasado y terminaron en el pasado. ¿Sí? Es una serie de acciones completadas o terminadas. But on the other side, when you're using present perfect, you will use it just to talk about your experiences. ¿Sí? Justo aquí estaríamos tomando en cuenta lo del numeral 4 del formulario. Es decir, cuando ustedes quieran referirse a las experiencias, a todo lo que han hecho, van a utilizar este present perfect. Present perfect siempre para hablar de experiencias. Have you ever seen this movie, for example? ¿Has visto esta película? Sería un ejemplo de present perfect. O también podemos, ya hablando de las experiencias, podría ser I have been in London twice, or I have studied hard. I have studied different languages, or I have learned I don't know, maybe different ways of drawing, we can say. Sí, cuando hablan ustedes de las experiencias se van a referir a yo he aprendido diferentes técnicas, yo he estado en tal lugar, yo he visitado tal sitio, sí. Las experiencias es decir, dónde han estado, qué han hecho o qué han visitado, esas podrían ser ejemplos de experiences. And finally, we have the last difference between these two tenses. You're going to use past simple with repeated actions. When you have done something with a frequency. Sí, también podemos ocupar este pasado simple cuando hablamos de situaciones repetidas. Es decir, que han tenido cierta frecuencia, que iniciaron y terminaron en el pasado, pero con frecuencia. Por ejemplo, he went to the cinema every weekend last year. Él fue al cine todos los fines de semana durante el último año. ¿Sí? Estamos hablando de acciones repetidas. Fue todos los fines de semana. Sí, 52 fines de semana durante el año pasado. Si decimos ahí o ocupamos last year, significa que ya estamos en un nuevo año, ¿sí? El last year ya es un año pasado, ya terminó. ¿Sí? Y en cambio, para el present perfect se va a enfocar más en el resultado. ¿Sí? When you are talking about the result or the consequence. Nos enfocamos más en el resultado o en la consecuencia cuando utilizamos este present perfect. For example, she has already watched this movie 3 times. Ya ha visto esta película o yo ya he visto esta película 3 veces. ¿Qué significa? Que la vi 3 veces en el pasado, pero el resultado es que también yo puedo seguir o volver a ver esa película nuevamente hoy tal vez, y si es que me gusta demasiado, tal vez puedo seguir viéndola mañana o pasado mañana, ¿sí? So we're talking about results in present perfect tense. Do you have any question about these guys? ¿Alguna duda o pregunta sobre este past simple y present perfect? Doubts or questions? Okay, let me move to the next point. You have some signal words or time expression words that are going to be a huge help to you when you are discovering which tense you should use. Okay, so here we have a small chart with these time expressions. So probably when you see in a sentence words such as yesterday, ago, in 1990, the other day, last year, last month, last week, in the 20th century, on Monday, on Friday, on Tuesday, or the word when, it's probably you have a high percentage to use past simple. Okay. Cuando veamos este tipo de palabras como yesterday, ago, todas las demás de esta columna, nos está indicando que vamos a utilizar un past simple, un pasado simple, ¿sí? Así que si vemos cualquiera de estas palabras, ya tenemos en cuenta que la forma correcta sería como un past simple. On the other hand, if you have phrases such as just, already, since, now, up to now, until now, ever, so far, never, you're going to use present perfect simple. That would be the difference between these two tenses. Sí, aquí tenemos otro indicador que nos da la diferencia entre ambos tiempos. Simple past y present perfect. Si ven palabras como just, already, yet, since, for, never, recuerden que es seguro que van a tener que utilizar un present perfect tense. Okay, guys, do you have any other doubt about this? Or can you help me with this exercise? It's a very simple exercise. Can we do this together, please? Help me completing these 5 sentences. What would you use in the first sentence? ¿Cómo iría el verbo visit in this?
Visited.
Visited.
Exactly, ahí tenemos un last year. Ya nos da la idea de que es un simple past, visited. My friends visited the Grand Canyon National Park last year. Thank you. What about the next one? Aquí tenemos never. ¿Qué tendríamos que utilizar?
I never
Have never.
been.
Exactly. I have never been. Tenemos el never, por lo tanto vamos a ocupar un present perfect tense. I have never been to the Grand Canyon National Park. Thank you. Number 3. But I aquí no tenemos indicadores de tiempo, pero estamos hablando de una, ¿qué será?
I have.
¿Y qué más, Nicole? I have.
Seen.
I have seen. Sí, no te preocupes, no estás mal. I have seen, but I have seen lots of wonderful pictures. Estamos hablando de una experiencia. Si yo he visto muchas imágenes hermosas o maravillosas, ¿sí? But I have seen lots of wonderful pictures. And yesterday, ¿cómo completaríamos la
Oh,
I bought. Yes, I bought a book about the Grand Canyon. What do you think we're going to use in the last one?
I have.
I have.
I have, ¿qué más?
Read.
Read.
Okay, I have read 30 pages already. It's really interesting. Very good, guys. Well done. Muy bien. Sí, en este caso, en la última, sería un present perfect también. Porque por ahí tenemos el already, ¿no es cierto? Que ya nos dice que es un present perfect. Mucho ojo con este verbo. Un estudiante me dijo, teacher, pero está escribiendo mal ahí porque puso read en presente. Read es uno de los pocos verbos que se escribe exactamente igual en sus tres formas, presente, pasado simple y pasado participio, pero que va a cambiar la pronunciación, ¿sí? Así que mucho ojo con la pronunciación del past participle de este verbo read. ¿Sí? Si están ustedes pronunciando este verbo en pasado simple o pasado participio, va a tener la pronunciación como si fuese el color rojo. Es decir, van a pronunciar read. I have read 30 pages already. ¿Sí? Así que mucho ojo con esto. I have read 30 pages already. For the rest, guys, excellent. Por lo demás, muy bien, excelente. Congratulations. I think that you are getting into the point. Me parece que ya estamos comprendiendo mejor el tema. Now, guys, what are we going to do? It's time for us to complete the next exercise. Let me share with you the screen. Para no olvidarnos, ya que estamos ahorita fresquitos con el pasado simple y el present perfect, you're going to complete a form, a very easy form, ¿ok? Van a completar un ejercicio súper sencillo. Sí, let me share with you the link. Can you see the link on your chat box, guys?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. As this exercise is very simple, you're going to do it individually, alone, and you just have to choose the right options, okay? If you are going to use maybe simple past or present perfect, you're going to choose the right option. In the first part, you have 10 sentences. And in the second part, we have other 10 sentences, and you're going to complete with the right form of the verb. So you will have to conjugate these verbs in brackets in past simple or present perfect. Ok, solo tendríamos que ir conjugando, ¿no? Los verbos en paréntesis, ya sea en pasado simple o en presente perfecto. Sí, en el que sea el correcto. It's very easy. This exercise is very easy. You're going to find it as classwork number 4, if I'm not wrong. Yes. Sí, les voy a crear la actividad en este momento en el portafolio estudiantil como classwork número 4. Y También les envío el mail al que deben enviar las respuestas, ¿sí? Al chat de Zoom. No se olviden, chicos, cuál es el proceso, ¿no? Terminamos de llenar el ejercicio, ponen finish, send the answers to the teacher, envían las respuestas al profesor y una vez que ya les sale la nota, tomamos la foto de la nota y subimos al portafolio estudiantil como evidencia. ¿Ok, guys? Let me see if it's clear enough. Michelle, can you tell me what are we going to do?
Tenemos que entrar al link y llenar la actividad.
Ujú. Y luego, una vez que ya terminen de hacer la actividad,
Tenemos que enviarle al correo que nos mandó al chat.
tienen que enviar al correo y luego subir ¿a dónde?
A la plataforma, al aula virtual.
Exacto. Luego tienen que subir al portafolio estudiantil en la actividad con el nombre de Classwork Number 4, como evidencia la foto. Muy bien. Michael, are you working in groups or individually?
Individual, teacher.
And how much time do you have for this activity? ¿Cuánto tiempo tienen para esta actividad?
Teacher.
You don't know the time because I haven't told you yet. No les he dicho todavía el tiempo, así que no te preocupes. For this activity is not as difficult as you think. For this activity, you will have 15 minutes to complete the form and 5 minutes to upload your evidence, ¿ok? Entonces tenemos 15 minutos para realizar la actividad y 5 para subir la evidencia, ¿ok, guys? You can start your activity now. You have up to, we have 20 minutes, so tenemos 20 minutos. Es decir que 20 para las 10 deberíamos ya tener en el sistema la evidencia. Okay, guys? If you have any question, you're free to ask. I will be here. Okay, as you were so good and so fast with this exercise, we can move to the next part. In the next exercise, you will have to practice. So you're going to work in groups and we're going to talk about some experiences, okay? So let me share with you what you will have to do. On your screen, you have some options, okay? What are we going to do now at this very point? You're going to choose 3 things you have done. Don't forget you will have to make notes about it so you can answer later. So you're going to have 2 minutes to think individually. Think and choose about 3 options right here, okay? You're going to choose 3 options and think about or make notes about the options you chose. For example, let's make an example. Vamos a hacer un ejemplo. Let's say that I want to choose this one. I will choose this one, and let's say this one, okay? Let's think about this. I chose 3 options, 3 of these options. Let me just make an example. You're going to make some notes so it will be easier for you to answer later, okay? So for example, I chose the first one. Think about the time you studied or worked in a foreign country. So I studied, let's say I studied my master's degree in Spain, let's say. So here I'm remembering something that happened. You can use past simple or you can use present perfect. It doesn't matter. Or for example, in the next one that I chose experience to work for no money. Remember a time when you work for no money. Let's write, I worked okay. Or maybe when you work in your university practices, professional practices, and so on. That could be a good example. And the last one I have here is give a talk or a presentation. I have, for example, I've given presentations, public since, let's say, 1998. These are just some examples, okay? So now, what are you going to do? You will have 3 minutes to choose any option you want. Remember to choose 3. Acuérdense que deben escoger 3 opciones de las que tienen en pantalla. Aquí yo les di mis ejemplos, ¿sí? Y una vez que ustedes escojan esas opciones, escriban la oración haciendo referencia o respondiendo a estas experiencias. Por ejemplo, estudiar o trabajar en un país extranjero. I studied my master's degree in Spain. ¿Sí? Yo estudié en tal lugar. ¿Sí? Tal vez alguna vez que trabajaron de gratis, trabajaron sin cobrar nada. Pueden ser, recuerden cuándo fue, si trabajaron tal vez para sus padres, trabajaron haciendo sus prácticas profesionales en alguna fundación. You write down the answer, okay? And finally, I have given a talk or a presentation. I have given presentations in public since 1998. Es una forma como de responder ante las opciones que ustedes preguntaron. Okay, guys? So now you have 3 minutes to choose your options, okay? 3 minutos para ir eligiendo sus 3 opciones. Y para ir anotando en un cuadernito también sus oraciones, ya sea en pasado simple o en present perfect. 3 minutes, guys. Okay, guys. You had the time to think about your answers and the options you choose. Now, what are we going to do? I'm going to send you this image so everybody can have this to your WhatsApp group. Let me send you first so you can tell me if you got the image or not. And now it's time for you to work in groups, okay? We're going to work in groups. Just give me a second. I want to share with you this image. Okay, let me look for your group. Okay, on your WhatsApp group, guys, you have this image that you are watching on your screens. So now it's time for you to work in groups. What are you going to do in groups, guys? You're going to share with your classmates the options you chose. Okay, so for example, if I'm working in a group with Samantha and Tanya and Cynthia, I'm going to ask them which options did they choose. For example, Samantha, what were your options? Sí, what were your options? Y Samantha me va a decir cuáles fueron las opciones que ella eligió. ¿Ok? Y así van a continuar preguntándose. So you're going to share the options you chose in this previous time. You will share now with your classmates in groups. Okay, so for this activity, you're going to have 6 minutes, guys. 6 minutes to share your options, the options you have chosen. Okay, so do you know what do we have to do? Can you tell me, please, Jocelyn Cadena, what do we have to do?
Lo siento, teacher, ¿me puede repetir, por favor?
What do we have to do now?
A ver, choose card, work for on money, being in charge of a project.
Jocelyn, pay attention of what we have to do. Miguel te va a decir qué es lo que vamos a hacer en la actividad. Miguel, what do we have to do?
Debemos escoger una de las opciones que
Pensé que me tocaba decirle las opciones. Perdón, teacher.
¿Y qué van a hacer ahorita? Aparte de que ya eligieron ustedes sus opciones.
A lo que escogemos las opciones, vamos a preguntarles a los compañeros.
Exactly, you are going to ask to your classmates. Van a preguntarles a sus compañeros. Erika Bonilla, help me. Are you working in groups or individual?
In groups, teacher.
How much time do you have for this activity, Priscilla?
6 minutes.
6 minutes, that's right. Thank you. So now we're going to move to the groups. You're going to work on different groups now, and you have 6 minutes to do this activity. Okay, guys? You can start entering to your groups now. Enter to your groups, accept the group, and start entering to the groups. Enter to the groups, Michael, Steve, Melanie, Lisette. Good, enter to your groups.
Teacher.
Yes, tell me, George.
Nada, tocaba elegir solo 3, ¿no es cierto?
Solo 3.
Listo.
Y compartir con sus compañeros.
Listo, entonces los compañeros, compañeras, si es que... what options did you choose?
Exactly, what options did you choose? Tanya, Viviana, or Cinderly, what options did you choose?
Sure, I choose learn practical skills, being in charge of a project, and work for no money.
Okay, can you explain them a little bit more? Vayan explicando un poquito más de las que fueron escogiendo.
Yeah, I have been in professional practice for a month enough.
I have been in public for 2 years. My other option is done some online learning. I learned new choreographies. No more. And you, Joanna?
The options is study working. No, pardon. Work for no money. Choose a career. Done some online learning. The sentence, I study online every day. I have chose the best career. I study nursing.
So he visited an interesting office or factory, and I visited a very interesting factory, Hozier, last year.
Ya, y la última que yo elegí fue Learned Practical Skills. Y bueno, mi oración es I have learned practical skill cook desserts with my family.
Ya, yo escogí given a talk or presentation. People say I given a presentation one in public at municipality over cookie.
Teacher.
Sí, yes, tell me, Luis.
¿Cómo se dice soldar?
Soldar. Give me a
Ujú.
second. I will.
Soldar en hierro, así esas cosas.
Dame un segundito, ahorita te busco. Weld.
Weld and iron.
Ajá. Yes.
Está bien. Ahí.
Weld, iron or metal.
Metal, iron, metal, or metal.
Puede ser iron. A ver, no sé si puedo compartir. Sí, aquí te escribo, dame un segundito. Sería weld, o también podría ser, si quieres ser más específico con el tipo de metal, iron, que es hierro sería. Soldar metal o soldar hierro. O depende ya lo que quieras soldar.
Ah, ya. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Teacher, al momento que ya les pregunte, deben dar su oración también, ¿verdad? De
Sí.
cada opción que eligieron.
Exacto.
Ya.
Okay, guys, time flies, time flies. So it's time for us to start sharing those options. I heard some of you were discussing and sharing the information with your classmates. That was good. And now I'm going to ask just a few of you with your options. So some of the people who I haven't heard enough are going to help me with this exercise. Okay, so please, Luis, can you share with us the 3 options you chose?
My 3 options.
Mm-hmm.
Learn and practical skills. Digo la oración.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I have learned to wheel in iron or metal.
Okay.
The second option is visit an interesting office and factory. I visit a textile laboratory in Ambato.
Okay.
And final option, studied or worked in the foreign country. I studied 2 years of school in Brazil.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Luis. Parabéns, then.
Obrigado, teacher.
Obrigada você. Annabelle, can you help me please with the 3 options you chose?
Yo elegí choose a career. I have choose to study nursing in the UTN. Otra elegí la visit and office and factory. Visit the Imbabura factory in 2018. It was 2018, ¿sí, no? Worked for no money. I have worked without earning money in my mother's frutería. ¿Cómo se?
Fruit shop, sería fruit shop.
Fruit shops.
Excellent, thank you, Annabelle. Can you help me with your 3 answers? Saulo.
Yeah, teacher. My first option, learning practical skill. I learned how to make furniture in a carpentry workshop. Second, worked without money. I worked on a farm for a short time without receiving money. And finally, waiting and CV. I did one ounce. It was years ago, but they didn't accept me.
Okay, so you handled a CV some years ago. Okay, thank you. Can you help me please with your 3 options? Angie Diaz.
I have chosen study nursing since 2018 in the UTN. I have worked in the ice cream shop because they needed help. And I gave a talk in 2019.
Okay, thank you. So let's listen to the 3 options of Nikki.
Teacher, my 3 option is the first, learning practical skills. I learned to dance in 2015. My other option is giving a talk or presentation, and I have a presentation in public for 2 years. My final option is done some online learning, and I learned new choreographies and see videos on YouTube.
Okay. Thank you, Nikki. So thank you guys for sharing with us your answers about these questions. These questions were a little bit about working and some other things. So it was nice to listen to you guys. Now it's already time. It's 10 o'clock. So it's time for us to take a break. Listen carefully, guys, because I need you to go to the bathroom, wash your face, and get ready for the next part because I need you to open or to turn on your camera when you are talking, okay? So anytime I ask you to help me with an answer, try to turn on your camera, guys. So as every single week, we're going to have our half an hour break, and I will keep on the same session. So if you want, you can leave the session and then come back, and that's no problem. We will be back at 10:35 because it's already 5 minutes past 10. So we will meet again. Continuamos con la clase a las 10:35, ¿sí? Porque ya estamos 10:05 más o menos. Así tenemos nuestra media hora de receso. Lávense la carita que al regreso les voy a pedir que por favor enciendan sus cámaras, especialmente cuando ustedes estén respondiendo cualquier pregunta que les haga. That would be it, guys. Enjoy your break. Have some sandwich, some juice, some water, and get ready for the next part of the class. Okay, guys? Nos vemos 10:35 para la siguiente parte de la clase. It's time to start the second part of the class, and it's about the second unit, the second part of this unit. So we're going to be discussing a little bit more of lesson 2B today. And let me share with you the screen. Today we're going to see, in this part, we're going to talk about a more exciting topic, something that you do every single day. And for this, I want to ask you the following, guys. Please take a minute to think of the things you can do on your smartphone, okay? Think think, what can you do on your smartphone? Maybe take pictures and other activities. Once you know what things you can do on your smartphone, please write them down and send your answer to the chat of this Zoom that we are using, okay? So please start thinking about what things or what activities can you do with, or what things can you do on your smartphone, and share with the class. Share the answer with the class in the Zoom chat, please. I will read all your answers. Think about that. What are the things you can do on your smartphone? And send a message to the WhatsApp group, to this Zoom chat. Okay, I have some answers. Brian, as this say, watch videos. Yes, we can watch videos on the cell phone. Listen to music. Great. Take pictures. Excellent. Watch movies, series, videos, and listen to music. Excellent. Take pictures. Read books. Take photos. Download games. Use applications to learn new things. Excellent. Read your text. Chat. That's something basic, but yes, we can chat. Take photos, video call with your family. Excellent. I can learn to play the guitar in an app. Wow, that's great, Christian. Yes. We can sell, we can buy, we can make the payment of some basic services. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Saulo. Video calls, studies and messages. Watch social networks. Yes. Send emails. Excellent. Play games. Digitalize some documents. Yes, we can make or transform some documents into PDF. Yes. Attend to classes. Read a book. Receive online courses. Yes, of course. Voice messages. We can leave voice messages. That's right. We can also record videos. Excellent. We can record videos. We can make bank transactions and edit videos and make purchases online. Yes. We can do all of this stuff just with this small device, right? We can do all of these things with this small device. Far technology has got that you can make your payments or maybe order food and pay for the food with your cell phone, just using your cell phone. Thank you, guys. So let's complete this exercise about vocabulary. Here we have some words about technology that you know them very well because you are really good with technology. But help me matching these meanings with the words. What would be the right word for the following sentence? A name you need to type with a password to start using something. ¿A qué nos referimos? A name you need to type.
Username.
Exactly, it's the username. Yes, so here we have letter A. It's the username. What about the second one? We have a written message that you send from one phone to another.
Text message.
Text messages.
Exactly, it's a text message. What about the next? A computer program that you use to read information on the internet.
App.
Okay, app me dicen, what do you think?
Browser.
Okay. Someone else? App or browser, what do you think?
A browser.
Browser.
A browser, right? Un buscador, un programa que tenemos en la computadora que nos permite leer o buscar información en internet. A browser. Yes. Let's continue with the next. A small picture on a computer or cell phone screen that you can click on to open a program or an app.
Icon.
Exactly. We're talking about an icon. An icon is an image, a small image we can click on. And the final meaning we have here is a small computer program that you can download into a mobile phone or other device. We're talking obviously about the apps. I'm sorry, I wrote it. I wrote everything wrong. Just give me a second. This is D. This is D and this is C. Sorry. This would be letter C. Yes, that's right. Yes, so here we have the these 5 words that you know or use it very well. And on the other column, we have a verb that it's not necessary to be there. So I'm going to ask you to help me recognizing what's the wrong verb in each group, okay? So let's read the first one. We have turn on, turn off, send or delete an email. What's the wrong verb here? ¿Cuál creen que es el verbo que está aquí de más? Hay uno que no debemos utilizar.
Turn off.
Turn off. Ajá, turn off, que sería apagar. No podemos apagar un email, ¿no es cierto? Pero sí podemos send or delete, enviar o eliminar. Let's move to number 2. What's the wrong one here?
Press.
Press, right? We cannot press a video. No podemos presionar a video. We can download or share a video. Sí podemos descargar o compartir. Number 3, install, share, upload some photos.
Install.
Install would be the wrong one. Yes. Number 4, install, download, or press a new app.
Press.
Press, perfect. Number 5, turn off, turn on, or delete a phone.
Delete a phone.
Delete. No podemos eliminar un teléfono, ¿no? Number 6, upload, press, click on.
Upload.
Exacto, subir, ¿no es cierto? No podemos, bueno, sí podemos subir un icono si es que estamos configurando algo, pero lo ideal sería press or click on. Sí, presionar o hacer clic sobre un botón o sobre un icono. Number 7, connect to, send or browse the internet.
Send.
Send. No podemos enviar el internet. Por baldes vamos a enviar. Number 8. Type or change or turn on a password.
Turn on
A password.
Turn on a password. That's right. We cannot turn on a password. Excellent, guys. Well done. Well, excellent job. So, the next thing we're going to do, guys, you're going to read some reviews. These reviews are very fun, and you will know a little bit more about something you like a lot, which are the apps. So we will be reading some reviews about apps. Let's see, let me share the screen with you so you can see as well. Okay, just give me a second. Let me erase this. Yes, so let me erase this. Give me just a second. Now, I'm going to share with you again another link, and you're going to just make a very, very fast reading as we did early in the morning, and you're going to answer some questions. What are going to be the questions? Let me share with you so you know clearly what you have to answer. This time you will have to read eight reviews. 8 reviews. So pay attention because you're going to see on your screen. Let me see. Yes, here it is. Okay. Yes, here we have the link you will have to open. Let me send you to your chat. Oh, once you open that link, you're going to find the next Google form, as in the morning. So try to find your answer reading very, very fast this review. I'm going to share the book with you so you can read it better, but I just want you to show you the form. So you will have to answer 5 questions. Which app is good for music lovers? Which app helps busy people organize themselves? Which apps you make funny photos? And which app record your fitness information, okay? So you're going to read carefully. Well, not so careful because you're going to try to read it fast and answer those questions. You're going to do it individually this time. And later you are going to answer some questions, okay? So just give me a second and I share with you the reading in a better way so you can read better. Let me see if you can see the book. Yeah. Tell me, guys, for this activity, sorry, I was forgetting that. You're going to have 3 minutes to complete this. You just have to read very, very, very fast, and then you have to complete the questions. And for this activity, you will have 3 minutes. Kathy, what are you going to do now?
Yes, teacher. The complete the question.
You have to complete the questions. Are you working alone or in groups, Melanie?
In groups?
No, you're working alone, individually. And Angie, how much time do you have for this activity?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, that's right. Your 3 minutes start now, guys. Los 3 minutos empiezan ahora. Let's come back and some of you, please, guys, help me answering number 1. Which app, according to the reading, is good for music lovers?
Untitled.
Okay. Thank you, Fausto. So, the app that we find here for music lovers, we have tunes. Let me see. How is it right? Yes, Tune Spotter. Thank you. Number 2, which app helps busy people to organize themselves?
Things to do.
Things to do. Thank you. Things to do. What about making funny photos?
Instagram.
Crazy
According to the
face.
reading.
Crazy face.
Crazy face, teacher.
Crazy face. Yes, according to the reading. And finally, which app records your fitness information?
Activity tracker.
Exactly, activity tracker. Thank you, guys. So these are some of the apps that you were reading in these reviews. Now, according to you and your experience, which app is good for music lovers?
Spotify.
Spotify,
YouTube.
YouTube,
Snaptube.
okay, Snaptube,
Deezer.
iTunes.
iTunes, excellent. iTunes, and we have thousands of apps, different apps for music lovers. Some are offer something different from the others, but the idea is that you can listen or watch videos, right, of the music you like. So, what about or which app do you use in order to organize your time or yourself? What app do you use in order to organize yourself?
Calendar.
The calendar, that's very useful.
Notas.
Notes, tenemos las sticky notes.
Time Tune.
Can you repeat again, Nikki?
Time Tune.
Time tune like this?
Yes.
Okay. Or maybe the alarm also. But yes, these are some of the apps we can use in order to keep organized all the time or don't forget what we have to do. What about the next? Which app do you usually use in order to make crazy pictures or crazy photos?
Snapchat.
That?
Instagram, InShot.
Instagram, InShot. What other app do you usually use?
Face up.
Okay, can you please repeat again so I can try to catch the idea? Picks up, alguien me dijo por ahí. But yes, we have different kind of apps that can help us in order to make some or use some funny filters, right? And what about the last one? Which app do you usually use in order to keep fit? Or to record your fitness information? Health. Health app, okay. What else?
Fitness coach.
I use Google Fit, for example. And as well as this, there are a bunch of apps you can use in order to keep your fitness information, especially when you run or you like to go jogging or just go for a walk. You can use these apps in order to get some extra health information. Yes, guys, thank you. Now I want to see you and I want to listen to you because we're going to read these reviews aloud. Okay, so I'm going to listen to some of you and watch you. So let's start with the first review. One's review, okay? Please don't forget to turn on the camera while you are reading. Help me reading this first review, please, Steve. No,
Teacher.
momento de leer. Enciendan la camarita un ratito, please.
A ver, ¿ya se ve?
Okay.
A ver. I be choose install the things to do app. It's so easy to use, which is really important when you pick up lots of things to do and not much time. You just create and list and the items to eat. Once a week, it sends you a list of everything you've done.
Exactly. Thank you, Steve. So with this app, things to do, it's very easy to use. And it's important when you have a lot of things to do and you don't have so much time. So you just create a list and add the items to it. Once a week, it sends you a list of everything you have done. Let's continue with the next. Let's listen to Katia. Katia's review. This time it's going to help me reading, please. Juliet, can you help me reading this one, please?
Have you heard about Ski Watch? It's great.
Don't forget to turn on your camera. No se olviden de encender la cámara cuando vayan a leer.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Juliet.
Have you heard about Ski Watch? It's great. You just point your phone at the night sky and it tells you what the stars are. You can also type in the name of a planet and the program tells you where to look for it.
Thank you. Excellent, Juliet. Let's move to Paul's review. Vamos a ver qué nos dice Paul. Please help me reading this Paul's part. Albert Michel. Turn on your camera and please help me reading this one.
I love Imagram and I have been using it more and more. Recently, you can use different effects to make photos look different, like old-fashioned photos, or with brighter colors. Then you can store them online and share them with your friends.
Exactly. With brighter colors, sí, con colores mucho más encendidos, sí, o también con, ¿cómo se dice? Con filtros old fashioned, como antiguos, ¿no? Let's continue with Enzo. Let's read Enzo's review. So let's see who's gonna help me reading. Is there any volunteer to help me reading this Enzo's part?
Me, teacher Jimmy Maldonado.
Okay, help me please. Thank you, Jimmy.
Okay. My favorite game at the moment is Balloon Pop. You sell a group of colored balloon and a pop team. I've been playing it on the past every day because I always want to get to the next level. It's very addictive.
Thank you. So here we're talking about a game, Balloon Pop. Thank you, Jimmy. Someone else, some other volunteer to read this one. Activity tracker.
Me, teacher.
Help me, please.
Activity Tracker is a great app for running. You just press the start button. ¿Cómo se pronuncia eso? Button when you begin your workout, and the app records your spend, distance, and heart rate. After the workout, you can upload your information to social networking websites and compare with your friends. I have never found an app as good as this before.
Exactly. Thank you. So here we have to just press the start button and then you begin to work out. Yes, and this records your speed, the distance, heart rate, and so on. Thank you, baby. So let's continue with the next. The next is Martin's review. Is there anybody who wants to help me reading this one?
Me, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Help me reading, please.
I just downloaded TuneSpotter. If you hear a song you like but you don't know what is, you can use this app. It identifies the name of the song and the singer. And if you like it, you can buy the song really easily. I've had it for a week and I've been using it a lot.
Exactly. So with this tune spotter, you hear the song you like, but you don't know what it is. And you can use this app and it identifies the song, the name of the song and the singer. We have also a very similar app of TuneSpotter. Have you ever used Shazam? Shazam is another app that makes the same, exactly the same. Ustedes solo aplastan el botón, la aplicación escucha la música y Les arroja enseguida el nombre de la canción, el álbum y el artista. So this is a very nice app for music lovers. Para los que les encanta la música es una buena opción. Let's move to the last two reviews. We have just two reviews remaining here. And we have Anna's review and Luke's review. Let's start with Anna's review. Okay,
teacher.
okay, Cindy, help me.
Stop up is really useful app and I've been recommending it to all my friends. If too many apps are open on your phone can be really slow. This app turns them off, which can make your phone faster.
Exactly. Thank you, Cindy. So with this app, we can make our phone to work faster. It can help us for our phone. And the last one, we have Luke's review. If I don't have volunteers, I will choose to. Joanna, can you help me reading, please, this last review?
Okay, teacher. I've been using Crazy Face a lot recently. It's very silly, but it's a fun. You just take photos of your friends and then you can change their face. You can make them look older, younger, fatter, or thinner, and you can add beards, mustaches, and glasses. I've been seeing lots of photos where the people have put baby face on adult bodies and they make me love everything.
Exactly. Thank you, Joanna. Sorry. So here we have the last app, which is Crazy Faces. You can take photos of your friends and change their faces. You can make them look older, younger, fatter, thinner, or you can use or add birds, mustaches, and glasses. Yes, thank you guys. So these reviews were very easy to understand. I think that you barely have some extra new words such as bird, for example. Maybe you are not sure about the meaning of this word, mustaches. I know you know well what are they. Do you know the meaning of these two words?
Mustaches is el bigote.
Los bigotes. Y birds, ¿qué será?
Gafas. No sé.
Glasses serían las gafas, los que tengo yo puesto, glasses, los lentes o gafas. Someone men used to have. Los hombres suelen tener birds.
¿Es barba?
La barba. La barba. Generalmente es ya cuando es en todo el rostro. Birds. Muy bien. Thank you. Any other word maybe you catch in the reviews? But I think most of the readings were clear because they have very easy words and words you already know the meaning, so it's not so difficult this reading. Now guys, what are we going to do? You read some information, some specific information here about each app. What you're going to do now is to answer the following questions in groups. Now you're going to work in groups, okay? So in groups, you will have to answer. We have 4 or 5 questions, no more. Okay, and all these questions are according to the app. For example, what do you get from Things to Do app at the end of each week? Can you remember? So you're going to answer. How do you find a planet with Skywatch. Why does Enzo play balloon pop every day? Or how can Stop App make your phone work better? And finally, what information does activity tracker give you when you run? Okay, so you're going to answer these 5 questions in groups according to the reading, and later we will share again with the whole class the answers. Okay, for this activity, you will have 5 minutes to do it, guys. 5 minutes to complete this exercise with your groups. You have the link on your chat box. Let me send you right now. And there you go. You have the link. Now I want you just to remember me, what do we have to do? Can you tell me what do we have to do? Luis, what do we have to do?
Answer the questions.
In groups or individually?
In groups, teacher.
In groups, yes. How much time do we have for this activity, Saulo?
For minutes.
5 minutes, Saulo, 5 minutes, 5 minutos. 5 minutes to complete this exercise, okay, guys? So let me make your groups. Let me send you to your groups. You're going to work in different groups now. Let me recreate the groups and you will have 5 minutes to complete, okay? There you go. You can enter to your groups, guys. Enter to your groups and answer the 5 questions about the reading. Thank you. Enter to your groups. Do it fast.
Listo. Ahí está la pantalla.
Sí, sí se
Tal vez
puede.
le puedes hacer un poquito de zoom. Tal vez puedes. Es que no miro. Eso, gracias.
Listo. Dice, la primera pregunta dice, what do you get from things to do at the end of each week? ¿Qué es lo que nos da la aplicación esta de Things to Do al final de cada semana? A ver, dice que nos da una lista de las cosas que nosotros hemos terminado o hecho.
Bueno, ¿dónde buscar?
Ya,
Igual dice al final.
listo. Eso que dice,
You can
ya.
also.
La tercera creo que dice, ¿por qué Enzo juega balón?
What happened with you guys?
La semana.
Ajá.
O sea,
Desde el punto donde dice 11 o donde dice once, tal vez desde allí.
Sí. Que luego a la semana te da una lista de las cosas que tienes que hacer.
Ya entonces anotamos de lo que dice en la lectura desde esa parte, ¿no es cierto?
Claro.
De acuerdo.
Edito once a week.
Espera un momentito, por favor.
Eh, can make the photo faster? Photo faster?
No, no es por pasar. Stop app. ¿Qué hace esta aplicación? Turns off. Apaga las aplicaciones.
Turns
Turns
them
off.
off. Turns them off. Esa creo que sí. This app turns them off.
¿Y qué pasa con el teléfono cuando turns them off? Cuando apaga las otras aplicaciones.
Which can make your no, ¿cómo es?
Your phone.
Make más faster.
Ajá, make your phone faster. Muy bien.
Planet. ¿Alguien puede mandar un puntito al grupo, por favor? ¿Alguno de ustedes? ¿Quién es la chica que es él?
Okay, guys, you're back. You're back. Let me share the screen with you so we can start completing the answers. Help me, guys, with the answer for number 1. What do you get from things to do at the end of each week? What do you...
A list of the things he has done.
Yes, a list of the things you have done, right? All the things you've done, you got the list at the end of the week. What about the second one? How do you find a planet with a skywatch?
Type in the name of the planet.
You just have to type the name of the planet, right? The name of the planet. Then the app will tell you where you have to see to find the planet. Yes, just type the name of the planet. Let's move to number 3. Why does Enzo play balloon pop every day?
It is addictive.
It's addictive, right? Why?
That is very funny.
He always needs what? What does he wants to do every day with this game? Exactly. He wants to get to the next level. Get to the next level. Es tan adictivo que uno quiere solo seguir jugando para avanzar al siguiente y siguiente nivel. Yes. What about number 4? How can Stop App make your phone work better?
This turns them off.
Okay, turns up, off, turns off. And what else? ¿Qué pasa una vez que nos apaga o nos cierra las aplicaciones?
The phone is faster.
Phone works faster. Very good. Works faster. Excellent. And finally, what information does Activity Tracker give you when you run?
The time. Ah,
What else?
el tiempo que lleva corriendo.
Mhm.
Los metros o los pasos, creo que sí.
Distance on heat, right?
Distance. Okay, distance. What else?
According to speed.
The speed. Yes, the speed, the distance. That's what we got.
El ritmo del corazón, rate of heart.
Okay, yes. We can also know the heart rate. Sí, el heart rate se refiere a datos o estadísticas del corazón. Sí. Hay personas que necesitan saber ciertos puntos específicos, por ejemplo, sé yo, ¿cómo saben medir los metros, las calorías, los gramos, todo miden por poco cuando corren. Sí, en este caso también les mide heart rate, es decir, métricas o medidas.
El ritmo cardíaco.
Exacto, del corazón. Pulsos, todo lo saben medir en general. Yes, thank you. Let's move to the next part, guys. Thank you so much. Most of the groups were working good. I saw that some of you also shared the screen with your classmates to work it a little bit better and faster. That was a good idea. Let's continue with the next. As you saw previously, we were analyzing some sentences and they were about past simple and present perfect. Now it's going to be the time for you to analyze this time 4 sentences and you will be answering some questions as well. These 4 sentences are a bit different, so you need to pay a lot of attention to them. Okay, so you can answer the questions. Here you have 5 questions as well. 5 or 6, yes, 5 questions that you will have to answer according to these 4 sentences, okay? So read carefully these 4 sentences so you can answer the next questions. We're going to work this time in group and you will have 10 minutes for this activity because it's a little bit more complex, okay? So, Cinderly, what do you have to do?
Tenemos que escribir las respuestas del link que usted nos va a mandar.
Sí, exacto, del link que ya les voy a mandar. ¿Analizando qué? ¿Qué tienen que analizar, Cinderly?
El presente perfecto y el presente simple en cada oración.
Van a ver qué tiempos son. Son tiempos diferentes. Ahora ya no estamos hablando del pasado simple y del present perfect, sino también vamos a ver otros tiempos esta vez. Okay, let me share with you the link. There you go. Ya tienen en su chat de Zoom el link. Now, are you working in groups or individually, Cynthia?
Teacher and groups.
In groups. And how much time do you have, Cynthia?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Perfect. Ya tienen ustedes el link en el chat de Zoom. Dentro de sus grupos se les va a hacer mucho más fácil avanzar con la pantalla proyectada. ¿Sí? Let me recreate the groups. You're going to work with different people this time. And you have 10 minutes for this activity, guys. Let's do this. Start entering to your groups, guys. Enter to your groups. Okay, enter to your groups, start entering, start analyzing with your groups.
Some photos where people have baby face and not bodies. Each have
Present perfect continuous no es la 2 y la 3, creo. Por lo que termina el verbo en ing, debe ser.
Solo Gaby está trabajando en este grupo. Come on, guys. Number 2, Vivi, Steve.
Oh, la tercera.
Eso le recomienda ahí a todos
Creo
sus
que
amigos.
sí, creo que es la tercera, porque dice algo que he experimentado. Pero también podría ser la primera, porque dice que ha visto fotos en las que las personas tienen caras de bebés y así.
Quizás estamos con la tercera. Porque como dice, está como recomendando.
Pero es que recomienda a todos sus amigos. ¿Sí?
Cierto.
Ya.
A ver, en esta dice, ¿cuáles oraciones hablan acerca de algo, de alguna experiencia que ha tenido alguna experiencia? La 3, ¿cuál sería entre las oraciones? A ver,
Esa creo que es la...
escojo.
La 3 me parece que es de... No, la 1, la 1.
A ver, a ver, solo se debe escoger una, ¿verdad? No,
Sí.
aquí se puede escoger dos.
¿Y qué pusimos abajo? ¿Eso sí estaba bien? ¿La 4? Sí, solo ese.
Ah, sí, porque no todas nos traban un tiempo.
Ojo, pongan mucha atención que en algunas tienen which sentences. Right. Por ahí en una que otra tienen which sentence, solo una.
Entonces la 4 son
Son
dos
más
respuestas.
oraciones, más oraciones.
La 4 dice que empezaron en el pasado, pero que aún no están terminadas. La 2 puede ser, teacher, porque es algo que se hace todos los días.
Ajá.
Sí, ¿no?
Y según la regla esta del present perfect continuous, pues sería la 3. No sé.
Claro, serían las dos que van a la par en el mismo tiempo, no continuo. So, three.
Entonces aquí. Listo, entonces.
Ahí creo que es la present perfect, porque no finaliza.
Present perfect. Present perfect.
Creo yo.
Guys, en esa última, en realidad las dos opciones ahorita que les observo es present perfect y present perfect continuous. ¿Cuál de las dos creen ustedes que sería?